tea. Sarah Daniels is here of Bay Realty.
That's right.
And we were just commenting on how our shoes together look like Christmas
shoes.
All I want for Christmas is a lower mortgage. Sarah Daniels.
Who doesn't?
I know, right?
Who doesn't? Yeah, and actually, the interest rates are coming up a little bit, but there have been blips along the way. American interest rates have been slightly rising too, so Canadian interest rates very well may follow suit. That will probably keep prices steady for the time being, because ultimately when prices of homes go down, it's because interest rates have been ticking up. It kind of balances each other off, right? So your payment ends up being almost the same because you'll be paying a little bit less on your mortgage.
Gotcha. And now I want to talk about the condos, because we look out the windows here at 180 West 2nd, and it's like a new building goes up every week.
I know. Every time I drive, and I'm in the city a lot. Like, I live in White Rock, but I'm in the city a lot, and I'll be driving downtown going, where did
that building come from?
Is that inflatable? Where did that come from? There are a lot of new buildings downtown, and this area actually has really been growing quickly, obviously, around the Olympic Village area. It's doing quite successfully because, again, it's developing as a village area, much like Yaletown has done. And they seem to be moving towards more doing 2- and 3-bedroom condos as well, larger units, because it's not right in the downtown core. They are a little less expensive than what you'd find in the Yaletown Cole Harbour area.
Right around the Olympics, we were hearing about square footage that was so minute.
Yes,
for this incredibly high cost.
Yeah. But down here, like, again, we're redeveloping a formerly industrial area, right? So the land was a little less expensive, and they are definitely trying to attract more families, younger families. Like, you certainly notice if you ever walk down to, Tap and Barrel or any of those places.
Totally. Not that I've ever been there. Yes.
Not that I've ever been there either. But you'll see, like, certainly younger families, strollers, and the like. You still see that in Yaletown, but I think you get a little bit more of it down towards this area.
We hear so much about the real estate market in our neck of the woods being the most costly.
The topic, yeah.
It is the topic. Are there still little niche areas that you can get a deal? Like
Absolutely. Well, you know what? One of the areas I really like in Vancouver proper is Fraserview, down at the foot of Southeast Marine, Kent area. A lot of people just zoom along that stretch on their way to Burnaby, and they don't realize that down the slope towards the river, there's some really nice condo and townhome developments. They've been there for 15, 20 years. Those that needed green screening have pretty much been taken care of. Some of them are on leased land, but the fair majority are freehold, and there's good value for dollar there, and they're also, when you consider it, very central, because a lot of people now, they live in Vancouver, but head offices are moving out of the downtown core because your monthly, rental fees for office space have become so exorbitant that head offices are now in Burnaby and New Westminster, etc. So there's a lot of reverse commuters. So if you're living down at the foot of, Fraserview, you get close to Ninth Street Bridge, close to Burnaby, you're close to the highways.
It's very central. Actually, ironically enough, was there on Friday, went to Romer's Burgers down there.
Yeah.
Right on the boardwalk. It's lovely.
I know.
They're connecting the boardwalk to New Westminster all the way out to UBC. There's plans for that, and it is a river view.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't have to have that downtown Vancouver view, right? You can still be in the city and have all the conveniences of living right here.
So that's Fraserview. Where else are we looking at?
I really like areas of New Westminster. Queensboro is really growing. That's kind of like an up-and-coming area. It is technically on the floodplain because it's at the river, so that makes people a little bit nervous after all the fun in Calgary.
Right.
However, I mean, that area has really started to develop, and they're putting in shopping, etc. It's a little bit of a commuter nightmare at times because there's really only one way to get in and out of the Queensboro area, which of course is down in New Westminster.
Which might give you a price break.
But it does give you a price break. You can get a single detached home for $600,000 down there. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
And that's still pretty close to Vancouver. Obviously, I'm from South Surrey, White Rock. There's still some deals there. There's a lot of new building in the Grandview Heights area, Morgan Heights, so that's been very busy. But also, I mean, Port Moody, you've got access to the SkyTrain. The town center has really grown up. It's a little bit rainier over there. Even the North Shore, you know what? There's some good deals on the North Shore. You just have to be able to sort of open your eyes and maybe look for things that are not all tarted up, kind of like me this morning.
But with fabulous shoes.
Oh yeah, but with green shoes. But you know what I mean? Like, look for the basics, look for the square footage, and look for something that you can see yourself being in for 5 years minimum. Okay,
where do we find you? Where can people contact you or get information?
I'm easy to find. SarahDaniels.ca is my website, or you can get me through Bay Realty. The number is 604-531-4000. I had to think about that for a second. I'm on Twitter.
SarahDaniels.ca. You are on Twitter. I got you on Twitter.
You and I are on Twitter. It's all good.
I signed you up. You thought I was crazy. Now you're the best tweeter on the land. Russ Licate, are you on Twitter?
I am, but now if you can't find Sarah on Twitter, you can find her at the Starbucks in Ocean Park.
Yeah. Hey!
You would know. Your neighbors.
I'm just afraid to come out. I don't want to fan crush all over you, Sarah. I don't want to sneak up behind you.
You should. Gotta be like you, Sarah.
Yeah.